We're building a real CAINE animatronic from the Amazing Digital Circus.
This is going to be one of the hardest things we've ever built because we're going to try to make CAINE do everything he can do in the show.
Everything?
Well, not everything. That would be impossible. But he's going to move, he's going to talk, and he's even going to be able to fly.
And of course, we have to build his sidekick, Bubble.
It's a whole lot to design and build, but here's how we're going to do it. First, we have to build CAINE himself. That means 3D printing his lightweight body, tailoring a custom suit, and of course, somehow making his floating head, or mouth. And second, we have to build Bubble, CAINE's completely unhinged sidekick that flies around and is basically entirely see-through.
And third, which is the hardest thing of all, we have to make CAINE float.
The method we use to make CAINE float is going to determine what materials he's made of and how we do it. I have a lot of ideas, but I'm not sure if any of them will work.
Oh, geez. Oh. Then let's solve that first before we do anything else.
I'm going to start simple and do the same thing we did on our Bill Cipher animatronic, which is basically just to hide the thing that's holding him up. In this case, we painted the metal bar holding him up to be the same color as the wall to camouflage it. I'm going to make a miniature prototype for my flying test, and we're going to use this puppet theater to see if it works.
What are you going to use for the body?
I borrowed this from our daughter's room.
Oh man, you're not going to destroy it, right?
No, I'm not going to destroy it.
Okay.
It's a prototype. It's fine. Okay, I think it's ready to test out.
Welcome to the Amazing Wicked Makers Workshop. My name is CAINE. I'm your ringmaster, and I'm here to show you the greatest animatronics you've ever laid your eyes upon.
Okay, test results. What do you think?
It kind of works. The problem is it feels like he's stuck to one spot and it really only works from one particular angle.
Not to mention you need this whole elaborate curtain and stage and all of this stuff for it to work. Yeah, I don't think this is the right method, which means I have to go to plan B.
Okay, but I can't start working on CAINE's body until we figure this flying thing out. So in the meantime, I'm gonna work on Bubble. Bubbles seems simple. It's just a clear ball with teeth and eyes. We want to use our resin printer because we got this awesome clear resin, but we've never printed anything clear before, so first we need to do some tests. It's insane how clear this looks. We still have to wash and cure it though. Mini Bubble! So cute! Washing a resin piece is basically giving it a bath in isopropyl alcohol to clean away a thin layer of liquid, uncured resin that's stuck to the surface. After this step, we'll put it into our form cure. I was afraid of this. Come look. We washed off all the extra resin, and now that it's dry, it's not clear anymore. It's cloudy. That's because even though the print turned out perfect, the surface has tiny little bumps and pockets from the layer lines. And when it's wet, the liquid fills in those pockets and allows the light to travel right on through. But now that it's dry, it opened those pockets back up, and when the light goes in, it bounces all around and makes it look really cloudy. Don't worry, I think I can fix it after it's cured.
I was doing some research on other ways to make CAINE float, and I stumbled upon these clips of these street magicians that went viral a few years back, and check this out. So the way this illusion works is that there's a hidden platform that you either sit or stand on, which is being held up by some sort of prop that doesn't look like it should be able to hold you up. Another version of this is there was a witch animatronic that was being held up by her broom, so it looks like the witch is flying, and the broom is actually the thing that's holding her up. And usually there's some big baggy clothes or something that kind of hide all the stuff, and it creates an awesome illusion. So my thinking is that what if I could build CAINE the same way and have his baton holding him up? But before I even worry about that, I have to build a test version and see if I can make this illusion work. After watching that viral video a few times, I drew up some measurements and started making my floating illusion test out of steel. The idea is to make this thing strong enough to be able to hold my entire body weight off the ground. The guy in the video is using thicker steel than I had on hand, but I think if I add some extra supports, I can still make it work.
I printed out 2 more test bubbles and polished both of them to get the surface super smooth. And now I'm going to try 2 different kinds of clear coats to fill in those little pockets that were scattering the light and see if we can make them less cloudy.
I got them.
Ooh, try them on.
So while we're working on CAINE, I noticed that I'm starting to have a little trouble seeing things. Close-up stuff like soldering or painting minis is totally fine, but as soon as things get a little further away, like when I was welding, it starts to get blurry, so I realized I needed glasses. I see you. How'd they look?
You look great.
Do I look smarter?
You do, somehow.
So I went online to try to find a doctor, and I found one, but then there was a huge wait to see them, plus they ended up not taking my insurance. It was a pain in the butt. But then a friend told me about ZocDoc, who's the sponsor of this video. ZocDoc is a site that lets you search and compare doctors in your insurance network. And the best part, you can see the doctor's availability and book an appointment right then, sometimes even for the same day. When I was looking for an eye doctor, it was hard finding the right doctor for me. Their websites would be out of date and no one answers the phone. But on ZocDoc, every doctor has a detailed profile and reviews from real patients. And it's not just eye doctors. ZocDoc covers over 200 different specialties. I put this off forever because seeing a doctor is a pain, but ZocDoc made it super painless and it's totally free. If you want to get started, go to ZocDoc.com/wickedmakers or click the link right there in the description.
Your health is too important to put off.
Speaking of putting things off, we got to get back to CAINE and Bubble. These actually look good.
They look great. The results are in from the clear bubble test, and first we have the one that we polished and then put a crystal clear spray coat on. It looks okay. I think the key with this one is you have to polish it again, spray it again, polish, spray, polish, and I just don't have time for that because look at this one. This was the one we covered in the clear resin, and look how clear it is. Obviously it's not perfect, there's bubbles and drips, but I think we're gonna be able to make this one look really nice. But there's a problem. Bubble isn't actually clear. It's clear plus pearlescent, bluish, purplish beautifulness. We made Bubble clear, but now we have to make Bubble clear and tinted somehow. I'm not really sure. I sent an email off to Formlabs while we wait to hear back. Jay said he has a really cool flying idea to show us.
This is the seat, and then this is kind of like where the arm is gonna go. There it is. Okay, I added some extra supports here because I am worried that this thing is not gonna hold me up, but what do you think?
It might work.
It might.
I give it an 80% chance.
Okay. 80%, huh?
Yeah. You're flying!
This is so sketch.
It works. It totally works.
Okay, now I need you to turn this into like some sort of wizard staff.
I can do that. Why am I making a wizard staff? Well, Jay has this awesome red wizard costume, and a cool staff will really help sell the illusion. Yes, this is just a test, and decorating the staff is totally unnecessary, but I just really want to make this, okay?
Are we ready?
We're ready. Let's get you suited up. Okay, we've hidden the base with some extra cloth, and now it's time to see if this illusion works. Need to get in there.
I have to get in there while it's attached to this?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well,
I'm stuck. Wait.
All right, if this breaks, you're going down with it. You ready?
Go.
Ta-da! The floating Jay!
I am floating. This is cool, right?
It is cool.
I'm doing magic. I'm levitating. Oh God, it's bending. Okay, bring me the stool, quick.
I actually really like this idea, especially because CAINE has that baton, so you can use that to let him float.
He does have the baton. The thing I was thinking about though is that the baton isn't like on the ground. It's not like it's a staff. It's a short baton that he holds up in the air, so it's not touching the ground. So I don't know if that'll work. There's one more flying method I want to test before we commit to this though.
Okay, that's fine. But in the meantime, Formlabs got back to us about Bubble. Okay, we figured out how to make Bubble clear, but what we really need is for Bubble to be a clear, tinted, bluish, purplish color. Formlabs got back to us, and there is indeed a way to tint the resin. The secret is this stuff right here. It's called alcohol ink, and we can use it to tint the resin any color we want. There's two ways we can do this. The first is to actually tint the resin inside of the tank, and it'll print out in that color. But here's the problem. I don't want to tint a whole tank in one color, because then I can only print in that color with this tank, so we're not going to do that. Luckily, there's another way. Do you remember how with our Bubble, to make it clear, we brushed on a thin layer of UV resin? We can just tint that resin that we're going to brush on instead. My plan is to do 3 tests with 3 different colors, and hopefully one of them will be the winner. I'm starting with a light purple. It looks kind of brown.
Yeah, it's like got like a weird orangey kind of thing going on.
That's all right. We're just going to paint it on and see what it looks like. It's going to be fine.
It doesn't seem like a lot of color to me.
That's not a lot of color at all.
But I mean, I guess that's kind of the point, right? It's like subtle,
Yeah.
purplish.
It's a little purple. Okay, since that wasn't enough, this next one I'm going to do 2 drops of each color, so 2 purple and 2 blue. My second test was looking good, but what would happen if I added even more ink for bubble number 3? After painting on my resin, I hung up all my bubbles outside to cure. Y'all, I messed up. Something terrible happened. I left them outside to cure in the sun all day, and it's still sticky. This is a known method. It works. I screwed something up. So I went back to the instructions and realized that we missed a very important step. With this resin, which is very different than UV craft resin, even if you brush it on, you still have to wash it before you cure it, because oxygen will prevent that outer layer from ever curing, and it will be sticky forever. So the colors don't even look that great. Bubble's supposed to be iridescent and sparkly. I think I need to go back to the drawing board. This is a complete failure. We will try again. I hope you're doing better than I am.
It's gonna be fine. I've been researching other ways that magicians do levitating and like floating tricks, and invisible wires is a really common way to do it.
I like how we used invisible fishing line to hang up our chicken wire ghost.
Exactly. Also, Dave and Aubrey from Horror Props did their famous floating Max in the same way. It's just invisible string holding it up, and you can't see how it's floating.
Awesome, but both of those two props were just static. They didn't move. How are you gonna make it move?
Aha, I have an idea for that. You ready for this?
Ready, ready?
Huh? I made a mini floating cane.
So cute.
Welcome to the Amazing Digital Circus.
So it's easy to hang him from strings, but how does he move? Well, there's this trick that Halloween decorators have been doing for like 30 years called a crank ghost, right? So right now I have the strings just attached to this, but what if these strings were attached to a motor that like spins around? It's kind of like a marionette puppet, but like motorized.
I love it. I've always wanted to make a crank ghost, but those are usually just some lightweight fabric and stuff. How are you gonna make them light enough?
Every time we have a project with 3D printed parts, it ends up being too heavy. That's because most 3D printing filament is not designed to be lightweight. But I think I found something awesome that we can use to 3D print Caine's body and keep it super light. Okay, I got 2 cubes here. They're the exact same size. All the settings are exactly the same. One of them is made from PLA, which is the normal stuff we use. This one is a new filament I found called foaming TPU. It's still squishy like regular TPU, but it's filled with air, which makes it much lighter. It's amazing. So here's the PLA, 22 grams, and the foaming TPU, 12 grams.
This is awesome. Usually we don't print TPU because it's heavier than PLA, but if we can have lighter and squishier, this is like a game changer for our projects.
It's the best of all the things combined into one. So my idea is to print Caine's entire body out of this stuff.
So as long as our fishing line can hold up Caine's entire body, we're good. How much can a fishing line hold?
As long as Caine weighs 10 pounds or less, we're good. We'll probably have more than one string holding up the whole body, but I just want to see how strong this stuff actually is.
Can it really hold 10 pounds?
Okay, 11-pound bag versus 10-pound fishing line. Oh.
Hey!
It's not even struggling like that. Oh. Okay. It worked statically, but we'll probably have 2 lines.
Yeah.
We just have to keep Caine like under like 15 pounds and we're clear.
So do we have a plan?
Yeah, now we just have to 3D model Caine so we can actually print him out of the foaming TPU. As usual, we turn to our expert modeling friend Beardless Props to create a perfect 3D model of Caine's body. But we purposely left his joints open so he'll be posable. Also, since we know it's going to be printed from foaming TPU, he modeled each piece so that it could be printed without supports, which is awesome. Okay, everything's been printing for a couple of days. At this point in time, we don't know which joints are gonna be static and which ones are gonna move, so this gap here is gonna allow the joints to bend, and combined with the squishiness of the TPU, we should be able to hit just about any pose we want. In the show, Caine does a lot of what we call in animation squash and stretch, where his body will stretch out and squash into these absolutely insane poses. That's not really compatible with real life, but with the combination of the open joints and the squishy TPU, I think we can at least get him into some crazy poses. Once this is all finished printing, Jaimie can use these pieces to make patterns for Caine's outfit. But first, she's finishing up Bubble.
I printed 4 more of these, y'all. We are going to figure this out. I will not be defeated. The first method we're gonna try is mixing some of our UV resin with this color-changing mica powder, and then we'll brush that on. It's so pretty. It's like a unicorn. I don't know. That's like a liquefied unicorn in a cup. It's pretty, but I want more. We need more unicorn power.
I I've got most of CAINE's body parts printed here. Check that, I love this stuff. Here, come look at this. Look at the finish, and it's so squishy. But even with all this, we still have to build some sort of internal like skeleton or structure to hold all these pieces together. I think this metal bendy armature wire is gonna be perfect for this, but I'm debating which size. I've got a 1/4 inch wire, which is 6 millimeters thick, and then I've also got a 3/8 inch, which is just under 10 millimeters thick.
If we're trying to save on weight, do we really need the mega wire?
Yeah, I mean, this is probably plenty strong, but watch this. I made 2 pieces here. They're the same exact length, and I want to show you something. So even though this is nice and stiff and strong, as soon as it starts to move, watch what happens. What's happening? What's happening?
Bending
It's
is happening.
It, like the movement just slowly bends it, whereas with this one, which is thicker, even if the movement is crazy, it really doesn't bend at all.
Is CAINE gonna move quickly enough to bend though, or isn't he gonna be like smooth and slow?
He is gonna have kind of floaty, smooth motion, so I bet this wouldn't be a big deal. Why don't we start with this one, and if it doesn't work, we can always try the other one.
Okay.
I bent some of this wire, and then if you put it in here like this, it's gonna create this little loop. And then if we take another piece and we loop it through like that, we can put one in the arm, and then this side can go into the shoulder, and now it's attached, but it still moves. I think that'll work. I think the legs will be sort of posable, but if we let the arms move around, we can get some wacky stuff going. There you go. There's an elbow.
Awesome. I think we finally found it. This ball I covered first in a light layer of like a bluish purple transparent paint, and I airbrushed that on. After that, I airbrushed on a color shifter transparent layer of paint. And now I'm covering it with a layer of UV resin to get some of that transparency back. And so far it's beautiful. That was a lot more steps than we thought it was gonna be. There's paint and gloss, but it looks awesome. Now that we know all of the steps, we just have to do those again on a big version of Bubble. And while that's printing, let's check back in on Jay and see how he's doing with CAINE. Are you gonna glue them in, or are you just gonna leave them loose?
For now, I want to sort of pressure fit everything so that we can test it and make sure that it's actually gonna work before we, permanently attach it.
Yes.
It's finally starting to look a little bit like CAINE, but what do we do next?
Look at this cool fabric I got, like this red, so stretchy. It's the best.
So that's his jacket. Okay.
But before I go through all of that trouble, we need to make sure that these joints are where we want them to be. So I think we should test the flying.
You want to do a flying test?
Yes.
Yes? Okay, great.
Okay.
Okay, so basically we just need like one like this.
And this goes on this side.
And then, oh, it's hard. This is hurting my hands. Ready?
And then, yeah. Ow. 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 We're gonna tie the string to a handle, and then it will not cut us and hurt. That guy's.
I just need you. Can you just hold this for a second? Okay, hold that one. Okay, one more. This is like when you go fishing and your fishing line gets completely like tangled up.
Am I a fish here?
Okay, we untied the knot. Ready, go.
Ready.
Welcome! You guys can't see the strings, right? He's flying, sure. Is this gonna work? Or is this a total disaster? Like, if we kind of, I feel like maybe this arm should be locked off.
Is that gonna solve all our problems?
Well, I think you... I have no idea. I don't know.
It's a start.
This is the best idea I've ever had. This is definitely gonna work, right, Jaimie?
Yes.
Now all we gotta do is add a head on here that's like this big and attach some motors to it. Speaking of the head, we just got the model back from Beardless Props. He did the gums, the top and the bottom. He did the 28 teeth. He did like a mounting system so that we can mount it up above the body. It should work, but it's enormous.
Yeah, I love that the teeth are separate because we can paint them separately, but what are you gonna do about all the weight?
I thought about printing it out of normal plastic, but it's gonna be way too heavy. So I think what I'm gonna try to do is print it out of the foaming TPU the same way we did with the body. The problem with that, it'll probably take like 1 to 2 weeks to just print all the parts. They're enormous.
Now that CAINE's body is done, we can finally start working on his clothes. To do that, we need to make patterns. Since we have a body, we can make patterns off of this and it's gonna fit him perfectly. Silver pants. To make a clothing pattern off of a body, I cover the whole thing in a layer of plastic wrap and then in a layer of duct tape. Then I draw where I want my seams to be, mark it up so I can realign my pieces, and then cut it apart. Since the jacket overlaps the pants, I'm going to pattern it separately. All right, patterns are done. Let's give CAINE some clothes. First up is his pants, which are essentially leggings attached to the shoes. Next though is the most difficult thing, his jacket. It's fully tailored, it has tails, it's lined in gold. And then the last is the gloves. Fingers are hard, and then it's got this rim, but we'll get there. For CAINE's pants, I'm using this stretch velvet. It's shiny and luxurious, and I just really wanted CAINE to have velvet pants. So I traced all my patterns upside down onto the back side of the fabric. I got a new toy. It's a blade on a wheel. It's for cutting fabric. So we're gonna try it out. Whoa! Sounds awesome. It feels dangerous. It feels like I can't put my fingers anywhere near it, but it's awesome. And there we go. I've never cut out fabric so fast. This thing is great. It feels super dangerous, but I kind of love it. I sewed these inside out so you can't see the seams, and we're gonna actually try them on him so we make sure they fit before we add his little feet. Put your pants on, sir.
So, okay, it's stretchy fabric. Can you still bend his knee?
Let's try.
Hey, there it is.
Totally bends.
Nice.
I'm gonna do the fabric over the shoes a little bit differently because it has this sole and I want the fabric to go into that crease, so we're going to glue that fabric right onto the shoes. It worked, but I also used hot glue in addition to the spray glue.
Okay.
So, all the glues.
While CAINE's clothing has been coming together, the 3D printers have been going non-stop to make the pieces of his mouth. It's so light.
Pants are done, it's time for the jacket. Now, I just made a super fancy suit jacket for the prototype, so at this point, I am an expert jacket creator, so there should be no problem. Let's cut out our patterns. The biggest difference between this jacket and the one I made for the prototype is that this fabric is stretchy, which makes patterning and sewing so much easier because it's way more forgiving. I lined up all of my seams and sewed them together with a zigzag stretch stitch. I'm going to keep the left and right sides separate though, so that way we can actually get it onto CAINE. You know what's cool about the foam body is I can pin right into him. The inside of his jacket is lined in this really pretty gold, so what I think I'm going to do is cut out all the same patterns, minus the sleeves, backwards, and then sew them onto the inside of here. We have a problem. His tails are too floppy and curly. They need to be stiffer. So we're gonna use some interfacing, which is fabric with little tiny glue dots embedded in it, and we are going to iron it onto the gold. And that's gonna give it more structure and make it like hold its shape better. Floppy tail, new and improved stiff tail.
Jaimie, I made a crude version of a crank ghost.
Oh yeah?
So what I did is I took our C-stand and I just clamped a wiper motor to it.
Okay.
And then it's got this long arm, and I basically follow the instructions in that video, so if you want to make one, you should totally do that too. But it's got these long strings that come out and they go through some eye loops, and it kind of goes like this. Let me plug it in, we'll see if it works. I went with a wiper motor because I really like these Amon motor controllers from Purgatory Props. Not only can I control the direction of the motor, but I can animate its speed and like how fast it's going and stuff. Whoa!
Hey, that's cool!
Look, this one goes up and this one goes down. This is awesome!
This is great.
Are you done with his body yet? Because I want to hook that up.
I'm almost done.
Okay.
Ta-da!
Oh, wow! Man, sewing blows my, that was a pile of fabric a few minutes ago. Oh my gosh, this looks so good.
Next is his collar, which is shiny black, so we're gonna make that separately.
And now that just gets glued on. I think professional suit tailors use hot glue when they make suits.
Absolutely,
For sure.
they do.
Okay, let's test fit it.
Okay. And that folds over like that.
So far, so good.
CAINE's jacket is done and looking great. So now I just needed to glue on a shirt, which is basically just a single stretchy piece of white spandex. I also added some Velcro to the back of his jacket.
This is cool. This is great.
He's so cute.
We can still like pose, you know, all the joints.
To finish his look, I made him a shiny bow tie and glued on his buttons. I sewed his hands just like I would a glove and secured his sleeves with some hot glue. Love it.
I'm gonna try to put him in this pose. A little bit of a bend in the hips. It feels weird bending this after all this work.
Be careful with him.
Hello!
Nice.
It's hard to film this because it's invisible. That's kind of the point, right? Here we go.
He's flying!
Moment of truth number 1.
Whoa! Where's he going?
Oh boy. Oh boy. That was a lot. Okay, yeah, that's good. All right. Oh, whoa, where? Oh!
Oh no!
Okay. Sorry, buddy. We're gonna figure this out. We're gonna make you fly. I promise. For our next test, we made 3 quick changes. We made the bar about half as long, we slid the clamps in closer, and we swapped out the fishing line for something more professional and stronger. Okay, everything's adjusted. Let's try this again. Okay.
Okay.
He's still swinging
He's
a lot.
still swinging. Oh no!
Why was he swinging so much?
I don't know.
But it kind of worked for a second, right?
It did. It was looking real good.
All right, test number 3. The major thing we changed this time is we moved everything to the bottom underneath the bar so that it like doesn't get tangled in itself. All right, nice and slow.
Okay. He's waving. There we go.
I think this is cool. This is great. It does have me questioning, though, the size of his giant mouth head because it's like this big. We kind of had a lot of trouble getting this to work, but we have to account for this massive thing, so I really think we should move to that next.
I think that's a great idea.
They're done, finally. These ended up taking about 12 hours each to print. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 times 12 is 96 hours of 3D printing to make these. Just these. There's more. The teeth took about an hour and a half each, and there are 28 of them. 28 teeth times about an hour and a half each, that's 42 hours of printing, plus 96 for a total of 138 hours of 3D printing, if you were wondering how many that is. It's been a long week, but we got it all done. This stuff is amazing.
They look great, but was it worth it? Are they actually lighter?
I'm glad you asked. I decided just for a test to print one of the pieces in normal plastic just to see if it's actually lighter. The first one, the plastic one, 297 grams. Okay, the same piece in the foaming TPU, 145 grams. That's less than half. I mean, you're basically saving 2.5 pounds of weight by switching to this other material, which is pretty good, right?
Yeah, that's great.
2.5 pounds. It took forever, but I think it was worth it. Now we can finally start assembling this. To glue these foaming TPU pieces together, I'm using barge contact cement, so I just need to apply it to all the sides and then push the pieces together, making sure that they're all aligned so we don't get big seams on the edges.
CAINE has crazy eyes. They're different colors, they're often different sizes, they change size all the time, and they're like a huge part of his head, so like they're really important. I really want CAINE's eyes to be asymmetrical because I think it just looks really cool. So to do that, we're gonna use these styrofoam balls. I got a few different sizes. We got medium, big, small. I think though that the big and the medium are gonna fit well. What do you think?
Looks good to me.
Well, I'm gonna cover these in Mod Podge, and we were out of Mod Podge, so I ordered some new Mod Podge. It came, but the bag is squishy and stinky.
Oh no, it spilled?
Oh no!
Oh, what?
Oh no!
Oh, that's our printer filament.
Yep, sure is.
Oh no.
Oh, gross.
All that white stuff is supposed to be in that bottle.
We saved one bottle. One bottle was unopened. I rinsed it off. Glossy Mod Podge smells so minty.
It smells minty?
Yeah, it's real weird.
Huzzah! Here we go. After I glued them together, I put on some glue to seal up all the foam, a couple of coats of that, and we even sponged on some glue to give it kind of like a bumpy texture. And then we gave it a red base coat with some spray paint, and now what are we gonna do?
Now we are just going to add more red. You know, in the show, he's not dirty, he's not old, he's a digital thing, so I just want to give it a little bit more depth, so some darker reds and lighter reds, and to make it look a little bit more realistic.
Yeah, most of the stuff we make is old and dirty and scary, and CAINE is none of those things. He's bright colored, so this is kind of a challenge.
It's surprisingly more difficult to make something look clean and simple, but also give it dimension and not look flat.
Can we put the teeth in now?
Yes, we can.
There's so many teeth. I'm glad we kind of kept them in order so we knew which ones are gonna go where.
Yeah. I hot glued the teeth in, making sure to really squish them in there so there were no gaps in the gums. And now that we're finished installing the teeth, I can work on finishing the eyeballs. Since his eyeballs are different sizes, should the pupils be different sizes too?
Yes.
I feel like they should, right? It should be like relative to the size.
Yeah, because as his eye like changes shape, the iris does too.
Yeah, iris, not pupil. The colored part. Painting eyes is hard. There is so much depth and complexity in a real iris. I'm so happy with how these turned out though. I added on a thick layer of gloss to make them shiny and protect the paint.
Okay, we've got a mouth, we've got some eyes, we've got a body, and now we have to put all these things together, but as usual, there's a big problem. The whole mouth has to float up above the body, and the top of the mouth has to float above the bottom of the mouth, and the eyes have to float inside the mouth somehow. All of this stuff has to float. So Beardless and I came up with a little mechanism here that I think is gonna solve all these problems at once. We're gonna put it together and check. This is a great example of one of those builds where I think this is gonna work, but you never know until you try it. Even though I build a lot of mechanical stuff, I still have a really hard time visualizing the final movement. Sometimes it just doesn't work the way you expect, but sometimes it does. And it's a hinge.
That's awesome.
Hello!
Yeah.
Okay, so I got these two springs that are also attached. That's what we have to do next.
Okay.
This part was Jaimie's idea. To go into the foam itself, we're using drywall anchors. We need it to stick in there and stay, and I think this is gonna work pretty good.
I believe that I am a genius.
I also believe that. What I'm gonna try to do now is hook the spring around our screw like that. And now, if it's not too heavy, it works!
Hey.
Oh my God. Now, when we open the jaw, okay, so far so good, let's keep going. Okay, now to put this all together, this is the secret sauce. It's a 1/2-inch clear plastic rod. It's not acrylic, it's called polycarbonate, and it's super, super strong, really, really hard to break and nice and stiff, and also mostly see-through. We're gonna have a couple pieces that are gonna go through these things to hold the bottom.
So invisible.
Just like that, like that.
Oh no.
Oh,
Oh, jeez.
Okay, not exactly like that. I got a little ahead of myself.
Oh man.
Okay. Making stuff fly is hard.
Is he okay?
That was not my smartest move ever. We're gonna try it again right here on the table. This is one of those one and done type of things. One shot at this. And if it doesn't work, we have to redo a lot of things. Sliding it in, here it goes. Okay, now we wait. Okay?
Yes.
Now the final step is we're gonna glue this to here. Okay, we gotta let this dry and then we can test it out.
Okay.
Okay, it's been a couple hours and huzzah! Look at that.
That looks so cool.
It's very heavy though. If you remember from the beginning, we were trying to keep this whole thing under like 12-ish pounds. So let's see where we ended up here. The whole head is 5 pounds.
Okay. You know, I thought it was gonna be more than that.
Okay, 5 pounds for the head, and then the final body, 3.5. So we're like 9 pounds. That's amazing. I thought it would be way over. We still have to make the hat and the baton. Let's do that quick and then put them all together.
Caine needs a hat. I looked it up, I found a pattern, and I'm gonna try to make one. To make Caine's top hat, I cut the top shape out of EVA foam to keep it super light and spray glued on my shiny black fabric before gluing the edges together. The brim is just a larger circle of EVA foam that got shiny black fabric on both sides. I'm not worried about making the hole in the brim because Caine's head is flat. I hot glued the top part to the brim, added on the red strip, and there you go.
For Caine's baton, I found some plastic tubing which was just about the right size, and I painted it to be shiny black. The ball on the top was modeled in Fusion so I could get it just the right size, and then I 3D printed it. This was a perfect opportunity to use gold leaf, which is surprisingly easy to apply. You just add some of the special glue and then brush on the golden sheets, which gives you this amazing golden finish. Then we just glued the two pieces together, and there you go, Caine's baton. Now that these are done, there's one last accessory to do, bubble.
We printed the full-size bubble on the Formlabs Form 4L because it's big enough to print the whole thing in one piece, which is amazing. It's so light, it's crazy. And now we wash. We washed it in the Form Wash L to clean off all the extra resin, let it dry completely, and then cured it in the Form Cure. For this clear resin, the Form Cure only needs 60 seconds, which is so crazy. All right, now it's time to polish. From here, we just needed to do the same thing we did on the small tests, only this time made sure not to forget any steps. I honestly thought bubble was going to be the simplest part of this project, but we ended up needing to learn all kinds of new stuff to make it. I'm really glad we did all the tests first instead of just going straight to the big one and totally screwing that one up. Things don't always work the first time, and that's totally fine. Just keep experimenting and practicing, and eventually you'll figure it out.
Hey.
That looks so cool.
A lot of work went into figuring out how to make it look that way.
Totally worth it. I was trying to make the teeth out of foam, so I made a pattern and I drew my triangles, but they weren't triangling right, so I was like, well, I'll just cut out a bunch of triangles that are all the same size. But that doesn't work either because they're going to be at weird angles. Turns out, geometric perfection is hard to achieve.
So Beardless achieved it for us.
He did. We 3D printed them. And look how perfect they are.
It doesn't seem like those would be hard to make. You need a PhD in geometry.
Do they make those? I had to tie my line on before we put the teeth in, otherwise there would be no room to reach in there and like get the line through. And then we also added one in the back, so that way he doesn't spin around. Now we just need to paint these white and then we can glue them onto Bubbles' mouth.
How did you know where it goes?
I just eyeballed it.
You eyeballed it? There he is.
Bubble is done.
Oh, that looks so cool. That came out awesome. We already added a couple strings to the top of his head and to his wrist. Okay, we got our bar set, ready to string him up. So there's actually multiple strings here because one's not strong enough to hold him up, but they're all going to the same pivot, so they need to be like the same length, even though there's many of them.
Can you let him go?
That's the plan.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Gently. Okay. Woo. Yeah.
Okay, hanging up Bubble, which gets its own string, kind of going through the same stuff up here.
Bubble gets to float.
That was way harder to put together than I thought, but it looks like it's all gonna work. But before we see the final thing, we just want to say thanks for watching.
And until next time, stay wicked.
Welcome to the Amazing Digital Circus! Oh, Bubble.
I can't wait for all the children in the audience to get horrible nightmares from the monster.
That's a weird thing to say and want. Well, I'm gonna go drink water. It's been a while since I've done that. Let's get this show on the road!